If you were to become a lawyer, then what? Then what? Nothing. What? Forget it. What? Well, I wasn't expecting it to start straight away, but okay, here we go.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath.
Sholmes.
In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Okay. And then? What? What? Out. Okay. On board the steamship Buria. Animation.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room
My
mystery.
favorite.
In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor.
Hey, that was too fast. I
Certainly
didn't
with
catch
the
that.
ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then, and the letters are well formed, suggesting
I can't read Russian.
it was compos mentis at the time. This is a most
What is compos mentis?
extraordinary script, and evidently not penned by the same hand as this message.
Okay.
In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Right. Are you shooting paintballs? What are you shooting?
This paper seal was
Aluminum?
placed just
What?
prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
What's that animation?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
Da! No one must touch before
Oh, they all
maritime police come.
Russians.
We must wait!
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. And in cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you? And where have you come from?
Does
I'm a
it
great
look like the
British consultant
detective,
detective, the
inspector
only one
guy
in the world.
from the previous case?
Sherlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Right, I will be transparent about this. But before that, hi, welcome back to my LP of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah, so there is one thing, like I said before, I guess I don't need to mention it again much. There is just one thing I remember about this, roughly a point in this case. So here we go. God. Oh, I forgot. Oh. We're cuffed. Oh, are we? Oh, we're arrested, aren't we? This is an awkward perspective to look from. We had to drag you. I can't do Russian and I'm not gonna do it because that will just be purely insulting to the Russian people. Because I can't do it. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are true cold-blooded man. Huh? You found me then. Da, we found you. And now you play criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, huh? Sorry. Boy has no idea. Now you have been found, it is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, I don't think that's legal. There is not a legal way to persecute anyone. You are just murdering at that point. That would be a murder just to push people off without justification. No, I'll tell you everything. Is Holmes around? Can we talk to Holmes? I mean Sholmes. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that? Oh, it's Osato. Okay. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Osato. Wait. What did you just say? Take his life? Where? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Oh, I hate to tell you this. You pretend not to know. You are the killer. You do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Well, at least we don't get to see his body here, in this very cabin. That was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please. Do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep. I don't know why, but he's annoying me. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. I wish he wasn't. And these handcuffs, surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Listen to me. Does it look like I would murder my own best friend? No. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry. He was a good guy. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Ha 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 ha. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? But he would have to stow away back. Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor, I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. That was horrible then. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. What? Hey, honestly I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get a feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. Yeah, that's dangerous. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point? Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. True? It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. Why can't you do it, Kazuma? I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We're supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. Tough. We'll leave you at the next spot. Stay quiet until then, don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer? Oh, he annoys me. No, I'm not a murderer. You said that before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend? Yeah. No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. I mean, it's looking bad for you right now, Rinosuke. Susato-san. I don't know whether she wants to talk to us, though. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When I found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. I mean, you know, Detective Conan has a lot of these kind of mysteries. Locked room mysteries, yes. Or to put it in another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? Yeah, well, I didn't kill him. This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still gonna deny the charge? Yes. Even despite the circumstances? Yes. Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. It's my best friend. I would like to know. Listen, the cause of death is still undetermined. Is that so? They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. True, yes. So, poison? Again? What is it? Does it have anything to do with the snake at the start of the story? Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would I know I want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... Come on, man. Lady. He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he didn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wondered. I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... Can he write Russian though? There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. The white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's just very hard to believe. It's all very hard for me to believe for me too. Trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. What, are you gonna ask whether I killed him? Why I killed him? It's alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still troubling like anything. Stow away. Okay, fair enough. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? Said something about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh yes, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. Man, what about going to the toilet? I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No. That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? Because we're besties. I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Yeah. Oh, are we getting a reason? It's an idea that has been on my mind ever since the end of the incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. I mean, I could still become a lawyer in the country. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development. How do you expect him to attend the classes though? The center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Then what? Nothing. What? Forget it. What? Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean... If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me become guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes, wow, perfect in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? I think we can tell her what we know at least. Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. That's what criminals would say. Kazuma brought me something to eat just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there just like I always did. After that I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do. But it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, that perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still troubling, like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, please, forget it. What? Susato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Fair. Fair enough. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. What? You're the perpetrator of this crime. We can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here. And I didn't do anything to stop it. Now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied while whoever did this walks free? I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? Let me see. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to excuse me. Oh. Good stuff. That was a Susato takedown. Susato what? What martial form is that? Martial art form. I'm going to need you to prove it. What? How? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to? Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? Yep. You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Okay, but this is not a court of law. I see. Just expect me to present some conclusive evidence. Right now? I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty. Oh, handwriting? Kazuma would stick this over the doors of the wardrobe for me. Maybe we can examine it? This is the paper seal I wrote for the wardrobe. I remember really working hard to make it, but I'll never forget how Kazuma reacted. Do you expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? Still, I'm sure people would get the idea even if they couldn't read it. So we used it anyway, and it worked. I don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what, but no one opened the doors. Is that all? Maybe this helps because it was stuck on the door? Right, it was still stuck on the door, wasn't it? Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Yeah, I can't do it myself. Oh yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin's steward out. It must be really uncomfortable in the wardrobe. To sleep, you could have shared the bed. There's no problem in sharing the bed. It might be, or is it too small? I don't know. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Huh. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. Yeah. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck these on the outside of the doors on my own. Yeah. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Do you get it now? Well, even if he was sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato. Now do you think perhaps you could help me out? Yeah. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you, so you finally believed me? I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I mean, true, it was only one paper. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Yeah. What does she think I am? A magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. What do you expect? I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Right. Anything else to talk? No? Okay. Ah, that annoying person. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. A fountain pen, nice. Looks like a sailor fountain pen, maybe, I don't know. London Diary. London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. Looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? That's what it says, it could be a valuable clue. What? Let me read it! Out of question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but he must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Yeah. Alright, I want to read it. No! We need to read it. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either, but in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? She needs to go away somewhere, then we can see it. Oh dear, that won't do. What's the matter? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? What? I'm sure you're careful to look all around using B and M? Why? That's not something I remember. Let's investigate all the corners of this cabin. Why? Yes, let's do that. I can't believe this. Why? Why can't I just use the left and right arrow? What? Goodness me. Alright, we'll complete this part of the room first. This is important. Did Kazuma write that before he died? I don't know. I don't think he knows. It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk pot when he collapsed on the floor. I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Tell me what it says. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. Suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your handwriting. Your writing, yeah. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? Pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. I mean, Kazuma only learned English. Okay, let's look at this. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Of being stowed? Yes. Away on this vessel, I was brought on board inside that case. Ah yes, I see it says this way up, in Japanese. Which in hindsight I should have realized a foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Of course not. It's criminal. Well, it was less painful than a successful takedown. One moment. Oh yeah, look. Can we look at the bed? No. Something here though. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really, that sounds almost magical. What? Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Would anyone come here though? It's a crime scene. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. I don't think they're allowed inside. What is that? My dinner from last night, the roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate it at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on this floor. Was there a struggle? But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean? Well, Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Thanks, Susato. There's nothing on this table at all. I'm looking at the tablecloth actually. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yeah, strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. Oh, were you drugged? With sleeping pills? So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. Seigi no Mikata. Seigi, Ally for Justice, yeah. Sorry, I just remembered this old J-drama called Seigi no Mikata, which means the Ally of Justice. It's pretty funny. You can check it out. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship? Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win. I don't want to talk to him. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt, and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across the door to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Don't suspect me. When she glanced at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Is that Detective Conan? Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself, like Detective Conan. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using the needle and thread trick here, I'm sure, but there should be other ways. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Can I see this warning thing? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Well, I'm not a pet, so it's fine. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking, are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I'm a human. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. True. At least he knows that. Books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. What's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. It's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked, and everything mounted down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. And perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. What? I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Perhaps? Perhaps, you never know. Well, I just said everything. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Oh. Okay. You must be well looked after. You mustn't damage any of the ship's property. It wasn't me who knocked them down over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now they are neatly lined up. Can't relax when things are in a mess, but it's a crime scene. You shouldn't have done it. You really shouldn't have done that. Can I see the ink bottle? Is it something I can get to? Doesn't look like it. Can I? Can't find anything out of place. Okay. Well, there's something here though. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Glass is such a beautiful color. Looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? Bang, mud beside it. What is it, I wonder? There's a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I literally have no idea what's going on. We checked. We have not? Some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that world the entire time, Naruhodo-san? Yeah, it was uncomfortable. I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Here we go. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. No such thing as aircon in those days, I suppose. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Okay. Yes, it would appear to, you're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way when the seas are rough or something like that. I suppose maybe that's it. What is he doing? That was creepy. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he? You've noticed a man too, have you? You've noticed? I didn't. Who said that? Hang on. My bad. Where is it? History. T. Huh. You've noticed the man too, have you? Oh, it is him. I've no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall, and suspiciously tall. Okay. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. You feel short? Oh, okay. Do you really not know who that is? You know? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. Doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's death, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? It must be a figure she admires. By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get this suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. What do I do? I see. I see? How about we talk to him first? Yeah. Get him out of the way. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me? What? I was wondering how it's going. This investigation, I mean. The investigation. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see. What? Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Laugh then. Ha ha ha. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. Doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. Might have useful information though. I have to keep trying. So last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Yeah, of course not. Now back to the corner of the room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hear enough? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. Okay, we'll talk to Sholmes. Excuse me? I'm probably not ready to voice him. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. What? Hanging upside down? Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Ugh. Greetings. What? I didn't progress that. I hope something. Haven't kept you long, okay? What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry, what do you see? Looks like he's looking right through me. Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. That's terrible. Weren't you the one who found me in the closet? Sorry? What? Now as venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. What are you talking about? You just told me I came from Afghanistan. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. What are you talking about? And when the bereaved occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Now you be quiet. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives his eyes. Can somebody stop him? Just to be clear, you're talking about me, aren't you? Are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits this bill? The Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name. I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true, you're nuts. Never mind. I thought she was gonna side us. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution too. What are you talking about? Why would you believe him? It's nuts. Shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way There's no way I'm Russian. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. In it. Okay, and I think that is a good point to stop for this episode. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.